Okay, load test day for the TriSonic. We replaced the bolts. We had some galvanized bolts with some silicone on the bottom of the transom assembly because the anode bolts with the proper washers were not available at the time we did the transom, and one of our bolts was seeping just a bit. The bolts are back in stock in some places, not all places. Luckily, we found them and we were able to get them in very, very easily. It didn't take 10 minutes, maybe less. So here we have the load test. Now they just started this thing and ran it. It was cold. So cold, I mean, it's 98 degrees out here today, but the engine hadn't run today. It started right up, ran really well, but they dipped it in the water and immediately put it under a load, and it backfired a couple of times. That's probably running just a little bit lean, in my opinion, with the engine cold. But after just a few seconds of warming it up, they said it's performing fine. I just got out here, so I had them shut it off, and we're gonna restart it and see how everything's going. Go ahead. Seems like it's running good. How's your RPMs, temperature?
RPM gauge doesn't work because it's ancient.
Tack is not working, okay. The oil pressure is good, it's above 20, about 30 pounds. And the temperature is in the green, down on the left side in the green, right? Temperature gauge is on the top.
Trim.
Temperature?
Yeah.
You young people, man, y'all don't know how to look at them sweep gauges, them old school gauges like that. Okay, try reverse first. Click it in reverse. Because that's the first thing you do is back it off the trailer. Give it a little bit of gas. It's got some pretty good power. It's a pretty good little power, huh? That's neutral. All right, let's put it forward. And don't smash it, but let's give it a progressive fuel like we're gonna take off. More and more and more and more. Stop, stop. The whole boat is drifting over. Maybe it's a little bit too deep. Zach, just hold it like you would. Just put your foot on it or something and just don't go swimming. But it's lifting the whole trailer up and the boat is sweeping over. If you turn your steering wheel, you can control that. If you turn your steering wheel, you can control that. If you turn it to the right, the boat's gonna go into the dock. If you turn it to the left, the boat's gonna go away from the dock. Can you turn? Oh, that's gonna push it into the dock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'm thinking I'm over there. Okay, let's try that again and let's see how the boat, if it starts walking, Kenneth, you can steer the boat and keep it straight. Okay, nice and progressive. A little more. More. Is that full throttle? Hold that boat. Okay, ease it off. Okay, idle, but in gear. All right. Is it idling okay in gear? Okay, now smash it. Let's see if it backfires. All right, okay. It died on you. Yeah, you kind of got off a little too quick. It loads it up with fuel. What is going on with that shifter? Okay, you just clearing it out? We might have it idle just a hair low too. So if you chop the throttle after a full hard acceleration, it might die on you. Maybe we need to richen the carb. Go in there, Zach, and richen that carburetor up about a quarter of a turn out. Just a little bit, maybe not even, about a quarter. There you go. Now, that might help it at low speeds, but that's gonna make it a little richer on the drop. It looks, I wish we had a tack. It seems like it's idling a little low in gear. Put it in neutral. It didn't change at all. Put it in gear. That changed. Okay, smash it. Smash it. that wasn't a complete chop, but that was a pretty progressive chop. You came off the high RPMs first. Now the boat's not underway also, so that may change a little bit. So I think it's ready for some good sea trials. I see a few drops of water down there in the bottom underneath the engine. Can somebody tell me what that's about? Is that some old stuff?
There was a little bit of drops of time in there.
There was a little bit in there prior. You don't see any leaks?
No, I looked on both sides.
And you're the one that found the leak before.
It was leaking on this side.
You can shut the engine off if you'd like.
It's running from the locker.
It's running from the ski locker. Okay. Yeah, I see it. It's wet up further.
Very little bit in there.
There's a little bit in there?
Very little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And it runs through.
Okay. All right. So, but the bolts are no longer leaking.
No, they're
And we
not
don't see any other leaks. Okay. Okay, good. Shut it off. Okay, let's do a hot restart. Go ahead, hit it. Okay, now let's mess with it a little bit. Let's make it die. Let's give it here. Listen to me before you do it. I want you to give it full throttle, and I want you to chop the throttle. If it dies, I want you to immediately just crank the key. Don't touch anything. Don't give it any gas, and see if it'll restart and how it's going to act on kind of a flooded restart by itself. Okay, go ahead. Watch your dock. Go ahead. You got Zach in there now. It might be buttoned up. Come on. Okay, now just hit the key. Okay, so it might just be idled just a hair low. So I tell you what, after we take it out of here, let's bump that idle up just a little bit on the water hose, or somebody go get a flathead now. Get a long skinny one. You can get your hand on it. Brand new carburetor, might turn. If you open the throttle a little bit, Kenneth, he can probably turn it. Open the throttle a little bit. Did you turn it?
Yeah.
Idle? Idle. Yeah, you brought it up. Maybe a little bit too much. I don't know. Let's see. Put it in gear. It's shifty good. Smash it. All right, chop it. That's better, right? Yeah. Okay. And probably the customer isn't going to be doing that very often unless it's just an accident. They're going to be chopping the throttle like that. It is an older setup, but it's really running very well. I think we can give it a clean bill of health right now. Let's double check the engine oil level when we pull it out. Look at all our work. Make sure our hose clamps are all tight. Everything looks good. I mean, I want y'all to really inspect everything. And let's wash it off a little bit and let the customer come get it. Start it one more time. Good. Kill it. Perfect. Good job, guys.